term on TikTok today that made me stop in my tracks.
We are living in the silent depression.
This guy believes we are not just living in worse than the Great Depression, we're living in the silent depression. The average annual income in 1930 for an American individual was a little over $4,800. Sounds like nothing, but if you adjust that for inflation, a little over $4,800 a year in 1930 is equivalent to almost $85,000 annually for the average salary for one person. Right now, the average annual salary is $56,000 a year. We currently are making less than the height of the Great Depression. In 1930, gas was on average 10 cents a gallon. That would be about $1.73. In case you haven't filled up your car lately, average cost of a gallon of gas is $3.55. To buy a new car in 1930 would have been about $860. It's worth about 15 grand. The average cost of a new car today is $48,000. And of course, the most coveted aspect of the American dream, being able to buy a house in 1930 cost about $3,900, less than $70,000. I spend way too much time on Zillow, so maybe this isn't surprising to me, but the average price of a home in America today is $416,000. How could we be living through worse cost of living and wages than 1930? And no politician, no media outlet, no one.
I think it's wicked and wrong what's going on. I wouldn't pay them even if I could afford to. There's no need for this situation to be as it is.
Please. Put the tins in first, you have your stuff first.
I mean, people will pick things up like biscuits because it's something to eat rather than something that they have to cook. They just haven't got the fuel, they haven't got gas and electricity. It's disgraceful. It's like living in Dickensian Britain. It's like Victorian times. We shouldn't be living like this and people will die.
Sadly, I don't see enough people who are struggling actually willing to take the steps that are needed to be taken to change the ethos. People want other people to do the fighting for them. Well, that's got to stop. And they have to fight for themselves. They have to stand up. We all have to, and say, enough is enough. We're not going to pay. They can't possibly jail all of us. The jails are full to bursting as it is.
6, 7, 8, 9, that's brilliant. Which one? Just only 2. Another 2? Yeah.
You find it all quite depressing?
Yeah, it is. It is. And it's getting even worse now. They're putting the petrol up as well. Everything's going up. It's ridiculous. I'm frightened. I sit indoors for 3 days. I've got a car out there with a mobility scooter in with a hoist. But what's the point in going out when you can't afford the petrol now, the diesel I have?
Did you ever imagine that old age would leave you not being able to put your heating on?
Never in a million years. With my electricity bill, I was getting money back. Now I'm in arrears. My daughter got me a great big cardigan that I can put over 2 items of clothing, so it's even more warm and it goes down to there. Look, I've even got me night dress on there. And then
an extra layer?
2 layers. You know, jumper and the cardigan.
Is it that bad for you?
Yeah, I'm actually quite cold. I can't even afford a couple of days away somewhere. You're just sitting here watching. You're just wasting your life. It's just. I look round and think of all that I should have done and what I haven't done. And now I'm sitting here like this. Friends I've had have died, and then you sort of don't get around to making new ones because you're not going anywhere. You can't afford to go anywhere. I used to go to bingo, and you had lots of friends there, but I can't afford that.
This student had a meltdown over crazy rent prices.
No, because you, America, for making me pay, or for making me work 4 jobs while I'm in college in rural Tennessee, and I can barely pay my own rent, and I'm taking 19 credit hours on top of those 4 jobs, and I still can't graduate on time, and I still can't graduate early, even though I'm taking 21 credit hours next semester. It's not fair. It's not fair anymore. It's never been fair, not in my lifetime. And will it ever be fair? No, because I'm a woman in America. I just want to live in peace, America. And I will one day. Probably something else.
Half of all renters in the U.S. spend more than 30% of their income on rent. Rising rent prices are pushing record number of Americans towards the threat of homelessness, so the system definitely doesn't work and something needs to be changed.
Can somebody explain to me in crayon-eating terms why I make over 3 times the federal minimum wage and I cannot afford to live? And I do not want to hear the pull yourself up from your bootstraps, work 90 hours a week. That's not the goal, guys! That's not! That should not be our standard!
Now, MAGA people are furious, are mad, are angry that black Americans are not suffering. You know, when I hear this, when I see this happening today in the world, I discover one thing, that white people were voting for Trump for a reason. And that reason really failed terribly. And after it failed, now they feel like God is punishing them. And God is always protecting black Americans, while white Americans are the ones who are voting red, voting for Trump. Are voting for Trump to punish black Americans. So when they see that no black man is suffering, is complaining, protesting, talking about how government is harsh to them, they feel so mad and they feel so angry. They don't want to see a black man being happy, a black man getting joy, a black man progressing, a black man living in a beautiful neighborhood, a black man driving a beautiful car. They want to see black people maybe in the slums, and they are living in the estates. You know, they want to see black people struggling. I have clips here. Watch them. I will come back with no commentary.
This is what I'm struggling with in America right now in my 20s. Why is everything so expensive? Why am I making more money waitressing than I would make using my college degree? I barely have a life. I have 2 days off and I work Wednesday to Sunday, doubling just to pay my bills. At 22 years old, all of my bills are in my name. I have no help. How are y'all affording housing? In Myrtle Beach, a 1-bedroom apartment is $1,500. How are y'all getting insurance, going to the doctor, getting medicine? And then some of us are trying to be TikTok influencers. Who knows where that's going to get me? Me and my boyfriend are saving, but we barely see each other during the week, and it feels like we're working our out for nothing. Do we need to move somewhere for a better job opportunity that we don't know about? Do any of y'all really know what you want to do with your life right now? It is so scary being in America right now.
What am I doing wrong? I work every day and I'm still broke. Like, I have a decent job, I make some decent money, but I live out here in Cali. Like, bro, as soon as I get paid, I have all these bills stacked up, bro, that shit wipes me clean. Like, fuck, I got no money left over. Making $100,000 a year doesn't get you anywhere nowadays.
Hi guys, I'm really stressed today. I just went to the grocery store, bought 10 items, and it was $80 freaking already. I literally have $10 left on my account. So a little backstory. I got laid off from my job a month ago. And I've been applying for jobs months before I got laid off. Sent out hundreds of resumes already. Applied to hundreds of jobs on the internet, remote and on-site. Tailored my resume to every position that I applied using ChatGPT. Went to only a few interviews. And still nothing. Like, what the f is going on with America right now? Like, it's so freaking hard to live here. Like, I'm gonna stay positive. I'm gonna keep applying for jobs. I'm gonna keep showing up. But man, my bills are not going to wait.
Y'all, I just went today and got my driver's license renewed, my car tags renewed, picked up 2 prescriptions, and got a few groceries. To say that I'm completely broke now is an understatement. So I'm going to have to go home and start selling off my furniture to be able to live the rest of the month. I mean, that's just, it's unbelievable. And my heart hurts today. Truly hurts for people who are not able. And we're living in some rough times, really rough times. And we need to be praying for all those around us who are not as fortunate as we are to be able to do the things that we need to do. I'm not talking about extras. I'm not talking about going on vacation and doing fun things. I'm talking about living, taking care of your vehicle if you can even afford a vehicle, putting groceries on the table, buying medicine, the things you have to do. It's sad. It's very sad.
Bro, the cost of living is insane right now. Like, what are we doing? I swear before COVID in my area, $20 an hour was like, you balling, you good. Now, people that making $20 an hour, I'm like, man, how are they surviving? Like, this is insane. Fast food places are paying $20 an hour now. So $20 an hour is the new $10 an hour. Obviously, all of this is relative to where you live. So my $20 an hour where I live in Northern Virginia may be your $16 an hour, or maybe your $30 an hour. It all really depends on where you live. Like, I can't be the only one that sees this stuff. Like, I can't be the only one that understands what's going on. And it honestly worries me that there's some people out there that make less than that. Like, think about the people out there that's making minimum wage. Like, probably have to work 2 or 3 jobs just to make up for, you know, a livable income. It's insane.
I'm just mad. I'm just mad anymore. There's no reason for me to be like, yay, America, like, we're so great, we're so free, we're so powerful. I'm starving. I have to go without so that my kid can maybe have Pop-Tarts once a month. Shouldn't be that way. We shouldn't have to go like, let's see, we haven't had meat in like, a long time, because guess what? We can't afford it, okay? But yet we're the ones working every day to make this country go round and round. But we're not worth being able to have decent food, or the amount of food that we need to have one of our family members go without. I'm done. I'm so done. It shouldn't be this way. And I know that it's not just this way for me.
Living in America is freaking ridiculous right now. 2 to 3 grand on average. You need to make 2 to 3 times that. $9,000 a month. How many people with regular bachelor degrees are even making that? No one. Not a lot of people. No one wants to live with roommates. That's not the answer. Everybody deserves a safe and clean space. There's no reason why so many people should be roommating, or you can't even buy yourself your own house.
I'm just mad. I'm just fucking mad anymore. There's no reason for me to be like, yay, fucking America, like, we're so great, we're so free, we're so powerful. I'm fucking starving. I have to go without so that my kid can fucking maybe have Pop-Tarts once a month. So I'll go without fucking eating something, right? It shouldn't be that way. Shouldn't fucking be that way. We shouldn't have to go like, let's see, we haven't had meat in like, a long time, because guess what? We can't fucking afford it, okay? Nor do we want to go down and buy the, meat glue fucking meat at Walmart that, America just thinks that, we deserve, right? Because we're not worth anything. Because that's what I'm taking it as. We're just not fucking worth it. But yet we're the ones working every fucking day to make this country go round and round. But we're not worth being able to have decent fucking food, or the amount of food that we need to fucking have one of our family members go without. I'm done. I'm so done. It shouldn't be this way. And I know that it's not just this way for me. I called today because my garbage cans got picked up, right? Because guess what? Oh, couldn't fucking afford to pay the bill, you know? So I'm like, hey, what do I have to do, like, to, you know, get my garbage cans back? Like, I'm struggling, like, I'm doing everything I can. I work hard, you know? I can barely afford to fucking buy groceries. And she's like, girl, you know, I hear you. Me too. Like, I feel bad, like, you know, but I'm in the same boat. Like, it wasn't like, it was like immediately. Like, she wasn't like, oh, you know, it was just like immediately, like, I'm right there with you. That's fucking terrible. We're working women in America that are working our fucking asses off. And we can't afford to fucking feed our kids. Or ourselves. We worry about putting gas in our fucking car to get to work that's not going to fucking pay the bills or the fucking groceries to eat. I've never in my life been unproud to be a fucking American, but today I am. Today I am. Today when my kid fucking asked me for motherfucking Pop-Tarts and I question whether
Hi everybody. Sorry, I've been really stressed out and crying a lot because I can't afford to feed my kid. I can't afford to feed my child. Everything is so expensive. I don't have my car now. And they're trying to evict me because my dog won't stop barking because I'm on ODSP, and even though I'm on ODSP, it's not enough. I can't afford anything. It's getting so expensive. I can't even afford anything. I don't know what to do. It is so expensive. It's getting crazy. I don't know what to do. We're paying. You go to Frills or Walmart or somewhere, these big corporations that can afford to make food and other things cheaper, but they don't want to because they are greedy. You buy five things and it comes out to almost, or maybe even $100. 5 items for $100. I can't live like this anymore. I don't want to live like this anymore. I'm so tired of living like this. I'm an original Canadian. This is my land, and I can't even afford to live in my own country.
This is a sign that the West is quietly collapsing. More and more people are sleeping in cars, vans, and tents across wealthy nations, once seen as untouchable. Not because they're unemployed, not because they're reckless, but because the price of simply existing has exploded. Single minimum wage workers are no longer renting apartments. They're parking behind supermarkets, hiding in industrial zones, and turning back seats into bedrooms. Buying a home has vanished for many. Renting is barely possible. Shelter is becoming optional instead of guaranteed. Full-time workers are being priced out of roofs. Rent now consumes 60 to 70% of paychecks. Food climbs, fuel climbs, utilities climb, but wages barely move, so people adapt the only way they can. In Los Angeles, entire streets glow with van windows at night. In Australia, families sleep near beaches because leases are unreachable. In the UK, van dwellers hide from council fines just to rest without being moved along. The promise used to be simple. Work hard and you'll own a home. but housing stopped being shelter and became an asset. Investors outbid residents, and ownership shifted from a life goal to a financial privilege. When people with jobs can't afford a place to sleep in the richest nations on earth, the problem isn't effort or discipline. It's this. What future does the West have when working no longer guarantees a home?
Welcome back to the Likurupu. Now, the Likurupu is a space whereby we cover stories concerning Black Americans, concerning African American, concerning African heritage, concerning resilience, concerning power, concerning being strong, concerning enduring every trouble, every struggle in every single day. Today, I'm covering why white Americans are furious that Black people ain't suffering. Black people ain't complaining. Black people ain't protesting. 2024, white Americans were so happy that voted for Trump. Black people tried to warn them not to vote for Trump, but you know what? They didn't listen to them. They were voting for deportation because they feel like black people ain't supposed to be in America. Black people are slaves. Black people are immigrants. Black people are nothing but a trouble. Now, they are learning this whole thing the hard way. They are learning this whole thing in a very difficult way. All right? Because after them voting for Trump, Trump did what he said that he will do. Trump promised to deport everybody in America that was an immigrant, that didn't have the document to be in America. Well, now, the issue comes in whereby Black people are now not being deported, are surviving, are living happily, are progressing, are making great moves. While white people who thought that the world will give them what they deserve, will give them everything, they feel like the world usually evolves around them. All right. So whenever they see this whole thing happening today in the world, whenever they see a black person trying to thrive, becoming better or becoming a better leader, they feel bad. They feel irritated. They feel like, why is he not complaining? Why aren't they protesting? Why aren't they crying? So Trump deported everybody in America that was in America without documents. Mind you, MAGA farmers, 40% of their labor is being held by the immigrants. Mind you, immigrants don't have a document to be in America. They are there to work, make money, and go home. Okay? But you're still voting for somebody else's interest, somebody who wants to destroy you. So Trump knows what he's doing. Trump knows how to destroy America. Trump is able to import meat from Argentina and leave Nebraska shops closing. Entire city closing because Trump wants to feed himself. And you'll hear that white people are demanding that black people should go work in their farms as slaves. They feel like black people are now getting stronger. They should go back and work in their farms as slaves. But guess what? White Americans are now facing this whole thing the hard way. Black people ain't scared. Black people are ready for anything. Black people are happy. Black people are progressing. Black people are making very greatest moves. So they feel bad seeing that black people that they are voting to punish them, they are the one thriving, that they want succeeding, that they want doing better than anybody else. Now, it's high time people should learn to respect, add some respect on my name. When you say black, add some space and put some respect on that name. Because black is powerful, black is strong, and black ain't any name like any other name. So don't involve us in your struggle. Thrive, fight, work hard to become who we are. Tell me in the comments. Do you feel like this video is okay about how much the world has been treating black Americans? All right. Till the next episode, I'm out.